Oh, we're going live. We're just going to wait for people to come into the live feed before we play the opening titles. And we will be starting with the show. We're just waiting for people to come in. Welcome. Welcome. I see you coming. I'm just opening the page so I can talk to you, basically. I don't know where my page just disappeared to, but we're going to have the full opening titles effect tonight. Oh, yes, we are. Let's just open it so I can see who is there. Right, so I've got to click Show Video URL. Then I've got to click Go To. Minimize the page. She said, I'm sharing all my skills with you tonight. And I have to click mute very quickly or you will hear like a double effect of myself. Don't be afraid. Come in. Welcome. You are welcome. Minimize the page. She said, I'm sharing all my skills with you tonight. And I have to click mute very quickly or you will hear. There you go. I clicked mute, so I guess there is a level of delay. We're just waiting for the feed to fill. Hi, Janie. Welcome. We're just going to wait for a few more people to come in, and then we will start the show proper, as it were. We will indeed. Oh, yes, siree. Don't like the look of that camera feed. I'm ready for my close-up. Mr. DeMille. Hello, Scarlet Gray. Welcome. Hello, Patricia. Welcome to you. We're going to just get a few more people into the feed, and then we are going to go with the new opening titles, and we're going to get right into the show. Happy Friday, everybody. It has been a very interesting week, but I will tell you all a bit more about that as soon as the feed starts to fill a little, and we will go to the live broadcast. But we are broadcasting live on several channels right now with this super duper fabulous software, and we I need to put my glasses on. I'm not ashamed to do this. I'm getting old and I cannot read what it says in the live feed without my glasses. There we go. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. And we're just filling up now. People are just coming in. Much love to you too, Janie. We are gonna start with the live feed and everything else in just a mere moment. Oh yes, siree. Are we ready with the opening titles? We are. Don't you just love to see all this background stuff going on? Because I know I do. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue opening titles.
It has been good to me this time around. It has been good to me this time around. Things were bound to change when it was found. Sugar never tasted sweeter on my lips. My heart is now intact and I can find no ribs. This is love, yeah, love. Never known true love before. Seen so many counterfeits that left me on the floor. This is love, yeah, love. All will come to those who wait. Time it cannot know the bound.
Oh, yes, siree. Hello, and welcome to the all-new Xander Gibb Show with me, Xander Gibb. Welcome to everybody in the live feed. Hello to Sonia. Hello to CV. Hello to Myra. Hello again to Janie. Welcome to everyone. I hope you like the new titles. We have them made in Hollywood. No, not Hollywood, California. Hollywood Avenue in London. Look it up. It's very, very, very exclusive. So welcome to the Xander Gibb Show, the talk show that really does get you talking on the Xandermonium Network, live from an undisclosed location. And no, it's not my mother's basement, bringing you the best in Patriot broadcasting. I'm Xander Gibb because, let's face it, who else would I be? On today's show, I will be getting on my soapbox and giving you the chance to get in on yours too. Julio Rivera, head and editor-in-chief from Reactionary Times, joins us to break down this week's hottest topics and tell us about Reactionary Times and all the good stuff that's coming up there. And later, Israel Cruz, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, her opponent in the upcoming elections, drops by to tell us why he should replace her, like we already don't know and have a million reasons. You can have your say in the live feed, and as usual, I'll be sharing your comments as we go. You can call in when we get to that section on 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747 if you are in the USA, or you can Skype me at Xander Gibb if you are in the UK. That's 845-363-4747 if you're in the USA, and you can Skype me via Xander Gibb if you are in the UK. I'll, of course, be back with Joe Messina on the Real Side tonight, 7 Pacific, and you can follow me on social media everywhere but Twitter, because Jack is a fascist with a penchant for Chick-fil-A and spending George Soros's blood money. Oh, yes, sirree, I said it. Yes, I did. Let's take a quick look at the live feed and say a few more hellos, and then we will go into the soapbox. Hello to Sharon. Hello to everybody in the live feed. You are most welcome. And to those of you that are listening or watching but are not in the live feed, do come and join us. We don't bite, I promise you. And if we do, you will be very close to a hospital and Medicare to get the appropriate vaccinations. Oh, yes, sirree. So the Brexit light was offered in the UK, making me seriously doubt Boris Johnson as a leader, already breaking promises and including a divorce settlement for the EU, seeming like he just tweaked Theresa May's attempt at a deal. Another extension in place, ensuring yet more money seeping into the EU's pot. Now, what are you guys getting for Christmas? Because I'll tell you what we're getting here in the UK. We're getting a general election, right smack bang in the middle of the nativity play. Now, a choice of Jeremy Corbyn, a Marxist with a side order of socialism thrown in for good measure, a dash of anti-Semitism from the International Liberal Playbook too. Now, on the right, we have Boris Johnson, a.k.a. Bojo. Not a very good name, I don't think. With his public school tie and posh accent and hidden agenda. What is that hidden agenda? We do not know. That's why it is hidden. Now, clearly, I would prefer a conservative government in the UK rather than a socialist excuse for leadership. But the UK Conservative Party is currently, well, conservative light. And Margaret Thatcher would literally turn in her grave. Now, I fear that Boris's failure to deliver Brexit, which is not entirely his fault, but his deal was not favourable to the UK, and that will lose him votes. But I couldn't cope living under Liberal rule and would be on the phone to American Airlines quicker than you can say Whoopi Goldberg. Speaking of Whoopi Goldberg, Roman Polanski was not a real rapist indeed. That was Freudian, saying racist instead of rapist. Didn't Don Jr. give her and her fellow witches on The View a run for their money? Promoting his new book, Triggered, available from all good booksellers this week. It seems the panel were the ones triggered because they were expecting Junior to defend the same old list of accusations against the Donald, but he was taking no prisoners. Why the outdated excuse for a show is still given airtime, I will never know. How dare Don Jr. retweet the identity of the whistleblower? I mean, anyone would think it was the way on social media. Kudos to him for not suffering these fools gladly and for not being fazed by the inane ramblings of the liberal coven known as The View. That was my little soapbox for this week. If you'd like to get on your soapbox, you can let me know at xandergibb.com/contact. That's xandergibb.com @facebook.com/contact so we can get you on to share your opinions. And now it's time for, yes, you've guessed it, I'm sure Sharon's sitting there thinking, I wonder if he's going to play that tune. Well, no, I'm not, because we can't afford to play the copyright. Unfortunately, it's time for Democratic/Liberal Dumbo of the Week. And it's a joint prize again this week for Whoopi and Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg, who denied sporting blackface, even though the video footage is there to back it up. And Whoopi having the audacity to defend it, given the fact she encouraged her then boyfriend Ted Danson to do it back in the day. Even writing N-word jokes for him. Yes, Whoopi, as you say, being black, you would know. Do as they say, not as I do. And when I say do as they say, I'm talking about liberals, of course, before I get tons of hate mail saying I am racist. I rest my case, folks. As I said, if you want to get on your soapbox, you can contact me at xandergibb.com/contact. That's xandergibb.com/contact. Oh, yes, siree. So hello to Robert, hello to Anne, hello to Joe. Welcome to the show. We must have that lunch very soon, Joe. It is time we got together and had some lunch and chatted. We have got some time to take some calls. If anyone's brave enough to call in, you can call us on 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. You can call us now. We have the phone line straight. That's 845-363-4747 if you're in the United States. And if you're in the UK, you can indeed Skype me at Xander Gibb. So we will take your calls now. Oh, yes, we will. Who's going to be our first caller? 845-347 forgot the phone number for the show. 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. Thank you for sharing the video, CV. If you're out there and you're watching, please share the video so that other people know that we are live and can come along and listen and take part in the show. Who's going to give us a call? 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. Call us now. Call this number now. Or don't. I had a very interesting week this week. As you will see in my vlog that will be released over the weekend, I went to a musical. I went to see the Tina Turner musical, and it was very interesting. It was very well put together. I was not sure when I first heard the lady who played Tina Turner. I wasn't sure at all, first of all, whether she was going to be a good singer or not. However, she really was simply the best, and no pun intended, when she started singing. I quite expected it to be a little bit like the, what's it called? The film, What's Love Got to Do with It? But it was totally different. There was some crossover, of course, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. You know, if you are going to be in London and you're looking for a musical to go see, I think it's on Broadway also. You should definitely go and check it out. So give us a call now, 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747 if you want to get in on the chat or share your comment in the live feed, and we will share it live for you. Oh, yes, we will. As I said, my first guest who's coming up very soon is Julio Rivera from Reactionary Times. I'm going to be spending some time over there very soon on their live TV show. Oh yes, because I have the perfect face for radio. I'll be doing just a little bit more TV over there at Reactionary Times with Julio. Hello to Roger. Welcome to the live feed. Welcome to everybody else that is watching but is not in the live feed. Come and join us. Come and share your comments, and we will share them live if they're not too fruity, because you know we don't like fruity comments on this show. only from me, only from the host. Oh, yes, siree. Who's going to give us a call? We've got probably time for one call. 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. Hello to James. Hello to Curtis. Welcome. We are going to be talking later on in the show, of course, a little bit more about what happened on The View this week and the ridiculousness that came out of these women's mouths. I mean, why is ABC actually still giving them a platform to spew this liberal hate? It's rather concerning to me that, all these years on and it's still going on, Whoopi sat there sharing her, liberal bile. And Meghan McCain, I have no words for this. If she's conservative, then, I'm a Dutchman. And of course, I'm not a Dutchman at all. Hi to Chet. Welcome to the show, brother. I hope you are doing good. Chet's going to be with us as a guest next week. Chet is from Freedom on Deck. He says, sorry that he's late. You don't need a tardy slip, sir. You are more than welcome to be late. We've probably got time for one very quick call if someone wants to call. 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. If you are brave enough to call and talk to the Gibster. 845-363-4747. Oh, yes, 3. What have you all got planned for the weekend this weekend? I know the weather's going to be terrible over here in the United Kingdom. It's going to be persistently raining. I wonder if you're going to get anything better over there. In the US. I know it's been cold in NYC today. It was so cold. How cold was it, Xander? It was so cold that the naked cowboy had to put on clothes. You heard it here first. My guest is going to be calling in any second because I guess no one is brave enough to call in and have their say. I'm hoping that this new broadcast system that we're using is working well. And it's not freezing up. We have a caller. Let's see who this is. Hello, you're live on the Xander Gibbs Show. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Well, I guess that wasn't meant to be. Well, I'm going to start to introduce my first guest because he's going to be here with us any second. As I said, it's Julio Rivera, and he is the editor-in-chief at Reactionary Times. There's some good stuff going to be going on there. A whole reboot of the TV section of Reactionary Times. And I think this might be him. He's going to join us live from the United States. Is that you, Mr. Rivera? Don't know what's going on with my Skype. If that was you, Julio, please call back again. I'm gonna have to ask for some money back from Skype because it keeps messing up. Maybe I should download it again and see why it is doing what it is doing. Let's hope that Julio is gonna call us back any second. Oh, that was Chet calling and it didn't pick up. I'm sorry about that. I have no idea what's going on with this. And Julio is having trouble dialing, so do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to try and bring Julio on through Facebook Messenger if we can get that to work. Hello, is this Julio? It's not working. Okay, let's try. Let's try and do this as a messenger call. Oh, yes, sirree, the wonders of modern. Says it's ringing. Hello, Mr. Rivera. I'm sorry, we're having trouble with Skype. How is the world with you, sir?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that first part.
I said, we seem to be having trouble with Skype. How is the world with you?
Oh, the world with me is fantastic, and I'm glad that you called me because I was starting to worry I wasn't going to be able to call in. I'm really glad that you got your show back on. I think we all really need to hear what you have to say on a regular basis, and we're excited that you're back.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you find this too, but when you're on the front line all the time, you do kind of need to take a step back once in a while and just kind of like recuperate and come back fighting, because let's face it, we're in a bit of trouble in the United States right now, aren't we? And we really need to be fighting for our president in order to ensure that he's going to be reelected in 2020, because I don't like the alternative. Do you?
No. I mean, well, which one are you talking about in particular? I mean, if you think it's Joe Biden, I mean, he's just a throwback to the whole deep state, ruling class, elitist, profiting off of the offices that they hold.
Right.
So that's pretty much what you're getting with him. If you go with, Beto O'Rourke dropped out of the race, which I was actually a little bit surprised to see that, given the fact that he's actually been able to raise money in a pretty successful way. Biden is the one that is having all the trouble with the fundraising now.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, having Beto O'Rourke drop out of the race to me was a little bit of a shock, but I think he's probably a favorite for anybody who wins the nomination for vice president, given his ties to Texas. I mean, there's a lot of stock in the fact that he's well known in Texas, and that could be one state that can change the electoral map.
Absolutely. Well, I keep getting emails from the gay guy because, being gay, I'm supposed to support him even though he's a liberal, and I disagree totally with any platform that he stands on, but I'm still expected to vote for him. Do you get the same kind of thing? Are you expected to vote for Puerto Ricans?
Well, yeah, I haven't really gotten any from, which is the guy from Texas that's also in the race, the other irrelevant guy. He has a brother. I can't think of their names right now. They're from San Antonio. What are they?
No idea.
It's Joaquin and something. They worked in the Obama administration. They're two brothers. They're twins, and they're like Mexican.
Yep. But if they're liberals,
I can't think of their name right now. That's how irrelevant they are.
Exactly.
Being somebody that covers politics, I can't even think of their names right now. But no, I mean, listen. I mean, there isn't any great Puerto Rican hope that's going to sprout up, and if they do, they sprout up. I do hope they sprout up in the Republican Party,
right? And
definitely not in the Democrat Party, because they'll be taking, I guess, my people, if you want to simplify it to that, taking them backwards.
Absolutely. And how can they be any more irrelevant than them Buttigieg? What an inappropriate name for a gay guy that's a candidate for president. But we won't go there today. But where we will go is, I want to talk a little bit about what happened this week. It is kind of retweeting the information about a whistleblower really outing them, because after the appearance on The View yesterday, Donald Trump Jr. was accused of outing the whistleblower for merely sharing a tweet. Later on Hannity, Don Jr. said, "The View co-hosts were obviously triggered. I don't think they like me much anymore. The discussion went nowhere, and Joy Behar listed some of his father's supposed headline-making behavior." The Sun responded by bringing up Behar's own controversy, saying, "We've all done things that we regret. I mean, if we're talking about bringing a discourse down, Joy, you've worn blackface." He responded, "No, I have." She responded, "No, I have not." Behar reported, "We will be sure to insert the picture in the final edit of this show." Now, you would think if you were invited on a show and they build it up and they're going to give you 3 segments, you'd think that they'd, at least talk about the book, because they didn't really bother to do that, and they didn't ask one question about the book. He also was basically saying that all he'd done was retweeted the article about the whistleblower, but now he's outed them, and he's as bad as the people that supposedly sent him the white powder in the package that exploded over his family. Now, the thing that really concerned me about all of this was the fact that Goldberg kept chiming in with "Stop yelling" and ringing a bellhop bell and saying, "Children, stop yourselves." Did you see this debacle, and what did you make of it?
Well, first off, I mean, I got to give a lot of credit to Don Jr. for even showing up.
Right.
I think he had to know, whether he wanted to admit it to himself or not, whether it was conscious or subconscious, that he was going there pretty much to get ambushed. The 4 women that are on that show generally are, or 4 out of the 5 or whatever it is, tend to, hate everything that's affiliated with Donald Trump. I don't think he did himself any favor showing up there. The fact of the matter is, Joy Behar did wear blackface. I think that was well established.
Yeah.
Regardless of what her intentions were with it, I think it was something that was inappropriate, something that, if she wouldn't do it today, that she shouldn't have done it back then, regardless of what people say that we live in different times,
right,
and that attitudes change over time. I mean, I think that was just wrong. As far as Whoopi Goldberg, I had a particular problem with Whoopi Goldberg and her comment about Roman Polanski, raping the 12, 13-year-old girl, saying
Absolutely.
that it wasn't rape. Who is she to sit there and try to define somebody else's pain and what somebody else went through and how they were traumatized? I mean, that's something that would ruin somebody's life. And to sit there and defend, a piece of crap like Roman Polanski, and that's just the tip of the iceberg with Polanski. There was a lot of other things that were done. There was another underage woman who was sexually assaulted by Marlon Brando with a stick of butter on the set of another Roman Polanski film. These are things that are all publicly known, but this is how they are in Hollywood. If you're Harvey Weinstein, if you're sitting there, you're bankrolling the Democrat Party, you're bankrolling all these blockbuster movies, and you can make somebody a star overnight, people are going to kiss your butt.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, that's the attitude that people on the left have, that they'll go ahead, you get a free pass for that type of behavior just as long as you fall in line, with their ideology.
But how can these things ever be acceptable? It seems that if you're a liberal, you get a free pass. Like when Justin Trudeau dressed up in blackface, it was okay because it was for fancy dress. But if that had been, Don Jr. or any conservative, they would have wanted heads on platters. How can people like Whoopi Goldberg in the public eye turn around and say that it's acceptable to rape a child because it's someone she respected? It really makes you question the morality of these people.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are no morals. I mean, that's the party of no morals. It's the party that booed God. It's the party that kills babies. It's the party that, believes in so many backwards things, believe that they have an inherent birthright to the fruits of someone else's labor. The whole idea of wealth redistribution at its core, to me, has always been, an immoral concept. And this is pretty much who they are. I mean, I don't think that they're doing anything other than what we're expecting of them. I just think that,
Right.
I think at this point, America's changed. I think if you're not, and this is something that I've actually learned because, as you know, I've been in Europe for the last couple of months. So I've kind of caught on to the attitudes that people around the world have, towards America. And, some people are upset, that America is kind of, pulling some foreign aid here and there for different countries. But they understand why. They understand that for years America was taken advantage of by other countries when we had weak leadership.
Sure.
And it's time for America to take care of herself.
Absolutely.
And so I think that there's a lot of respect for the actions that President Trump is making, and he's a lot more popular around the world, I think, than people even realize. He's certainly a lot more popular in America than the mainstream media want to give him credit for. And anybody that tells you that if he's on that ballot in November and he's going to lose is lying, because you can see it every time he fills up an arena. Donald Trump is definitely the most popular man in America.
I mean, you would hope that even the least enlightened of people would actually look at results. I mean, look at the position America is in alone from a fiscal perspective now than it was before Donald Trump took office. We have, Americans have more money in their pockets. They're paying less taxes. Lowest African American unemployment since, 50 years ago, since they started recording it. Why can't they just kind of take a sit back and say, yeah, he is actually doing a good job? Is that ever going to happen with the left regarding Donald Trump?
No, I think that they made too heavy an investment in bashing him. They turned at every corner, and they outthought themselves. They thought that Hillary Clinton was a shoo-in. They thought that, that was what people wanted. They thought that Donald Trump was, I guess not polished enough to get the votes. I think they underestimated the will of the American people.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them feel like that they would just look all out ridiculous at this point if they were to give him credit for what he's done this positive. I mean, listen, you're talking about a party and political voters that spent, 8 years blaming President George Bush for Obama's terrible economy. And, now that the economy has gotten better, they think that they can go ahead and give credit to Obama for Trump's economy. I mean,
it's
these are
ridiculous.
people that have no sense of reality.
Exactly.
Of what's actually happened over the last couple of years. And then, Donald Trump held a rally today in Atlanta, Georgia. There was like a Blacks for Trump, a Blexit sort of, let's get the vote out, in the black community for Donald Trump kind of rally today. And some of the media coverage was just shameful. They're basically going around calling these black people sellouts, that they're Uncle Toms, that they're this, they're that, they're stunking. All these horrific racist things that they're calling these people merely for supporting a president that's produced better results for their community than really any president in history. Listen, right before President Trump, we had Barack Obama, the first black president in this country's history. Donald Trump has produced far better results for the black community than Barack Obama ever did.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but getting them to acknowledge that is actually a totally different matter, because my point is, so if even if they think that the good things in the economy now are because of Barack Obama, so for the next 4 years, will all of the things that Donald Trump does well still be because of the things that Barack Obama did?
No, I mean, listen, they're gonna sit there and we can have the strongest economy in the world. We can have a denuclearized North Korea. We can have a denuclearized Iran. We can have freaking world peace and a cure for cancer. We can have it all. And It doesn't matter. If Donald Trump is president, it's going to be, he's doing a terrible job. And anything that's good happens to be a byproduct of Barack Obama's time in office.
Yeah. That's
what you're going to get from now until January 19th, 2025. That's pretty much what you can expect, Xander.
Well, I'm not worried about 2020. I still think we have to be out there. We have to be campaigning. We have to be doing everything to get him elected. My concern is more about who we're going to be grooming for after 2024, because we cannot, we got out of that really well, because if Hillary had been in, I mean, I'm sure we would have all been, wearing veils and have been sold to some Arabic country or other by now. But it's beyond 2024 that concerns me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, listen, people are talking that based on his fundraising activities, the fact that he's put out a book and the fact that he's wildly popular with a built-in base, that it may be Don Jr. Don Jr. may be the guy. I mean, I don't know. I've always felt that, Senator Ted Cruz was the strongest guy and was the strongest guy in the first primary. Obviously based on the job that Donald Trump has done, I definitely think that the right guy won and the American people got it right, which they always do, which they usually do 99% of the time. But no, there's a lot of guys. I mean, listen, people were going to try to make superstars, their next set of superstars over the next couple of years. I think once 2021, 2022 roll around, you're going to see a big, pronounced list of people. Rand Paul in that Kentucky rally the other day, that could kind of be seen as him throwing his hat potentially into the ring because he's there backing a guy like Trump, who he was standing against on that primary stage just a couple of years ago. So maybe he's trying to raise his profile within the Trump base. There's a lot of guys that are going to be strong, but I think that one guy that's got the inside tracks because he's automatically going to have the fan base, if you want to call it, and he's I'm sure he's going to get the endorsement if he wants it, is going to be Don Jr.
Right, absolutely. I'm with you. I was a total cruiser, and I was a never Trumper, but boy was I wrong. And I'm never ashamed to admit that is the case. Now I want to go. I want to move on. I want to talk about reactionary times. I know that there's some big things happening. I know you've moved your studios to Europe. tell us what's going on. Tell us what's coming. I hear a rumor there's going to be a daily show, and there might be a guy with long hair that you're talking to right now that might be coming to do some stuff with you.
Yes, we are. Reactionary Times Television is going to be debuting sometime in early December. We've got a lot of things. Basically, my first 3 months in Europe, we were building a multimedia studio. So we've got the capability to do videos on a daily basis. We're going to be doing Reactionary Times Television, which is going to be having guests daily. It's going to be a political talk show. And, basically in the vein of a lot of the shows that you see, where we go over the day's news and discuss it with experts. And it's going to be the only difference is going to be, a little bit more of a comedic twist on it. We're not going to take ourselves so seriously and be a stuffy show. We're looking to be as entertaining as we are informative.
Right.
So, you never know what you might see from day to day on Reactionary Times Television. You might see something crazy. You might see something informative. You might see something that makes you laugh or cry or scares you. So definitely tune in. There'll be a lot more information on that. You can follow us at Reactionary Times on Facebook, Reactionary TMS on Twitter. Definitely, and the website's doing great. We have a long list of great contributors. They give us regular material, so you get a lot of good political opinion stuff. You always get your daily news there. If you go to reactionarytimes.com, that should definitely be a site that all conservatives bookmark for the best in news and opinion.
So is the Reactionary Times TV going to be live? What sort of time is it going to be going out?
A lot of that's to be determined, but it's going to be probably in the midday, somewhere around the 6 or 7 o'clock hour, because we have a time difference that we're working with. But it might be actually, you know what? We're going to make those announcements as we move on. Right now, that's we're still working on the technical side of it. So as far as the marketing side of it, we're going to go real aggressive with that, probably for about 10 days right before we drop it. So, we're getting closer to that. It's going to be sometime during the day, I can tell you that.
Right.
Sometime
absolutely.
within the 24-hour span of a day. It'll be there. It'll be a Monday through Friday show, and it'll be a lot of fun.
That narrows it down just slightly. It really
Just
does.
a little bit, yes. What you can do is you can stay logged in to Reactionary Times on Facebook for 24 hours a day, and then eventually it'll come on.
Do you mean like all of the fans of Reactionary Times do, Julio, basically?
Yes, exactly, yes.
Absolutely.
They love us so much.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, we're coming to the end of our time together. Make sure you go and check Julio Rivera out at Reactionary Times. And where else are you going to be this week, Julio, this upcoming week?
This upcoming week, you can catch me on Eric Bowling's and Sinclair Broadcasting Group's America This Week on Wednesday the 13th. If you live in an area where one of the Sinclair affiliates is in, which is about 60% of the United States, there's a good chance you'll see me. If you're in the Washington, D.C. area, it'll be on WJLA at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. This Wednesday, also at 5 o'clock, I'll be on RT America's News Views Hughes in studio with my buddy Scotty Nell Hughes, who just came back actually from the UK, where you are right now, my friend.
Yes, we were in
She was
London at the
covering-
same time, but we didn't get a chance to meet up, unfortunately, because we both had so much going on. But that would have been an interesting interview, like two Americans
Yes,
in London discussing Brexit, possibly.
Exactly. Yes. So, no, I got that coming up, and I'll be on Pastor Greg Young's Chosen Generation Radio, and, just doing all my regular stuff. I'm sure I'll pop up on RT International at some point in the next week.
Absolutely. And Julio will be back with us very soon. But for now, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and give our love to your children, Julio Rivera.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Thanks a lot, Julio. Take care. Bye-bye. That was fabulous Julio Rivera. Make sure you check him out at reactionarytimes.com and tell him that Xander Gibb sent you. Oh, yes, siree. And our next guest is going to be calling in anytime now. It's always great to speak to Julio. Our next guest is called Israel Cruz. He was born in Puerto Rico. It's a Puerto Rican takeover tonight. It really is. Raised in New York, 100% American, has 3 daughters and the greatest wife a man can be blessed with. He's looking to be the next congressman for District 14, currently occupied by, are you ready for this? Dun dun dun. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of the Squad, bringing America down. We're going to find out more about him in a mere moment when he calls into the show, and we're hoping that the Skype will hold out and that it will work properly for this call. Hope you're actually enjoying the show. Hope you've shared the show, and I hope it's not cold wherever you are, because it's freezing here in the UK. And I have icicles on my bunny slippers. No, I don't really. I don't have bunny slippers. Let's go to the live feed. Hello to Walter. Hello to Yaz. Welcome to the show. Roger says, Xander, question for you guys. I'm looking for my glasses because I can't see any of this. And now I can't see through my glasses. Here we go. Let's try this again. Question for you guys at some point. The U.S. ambassador to Ukraine may have perjured herself in testimony. Do you guys feel it's a scam and that it's being perpetrated, causing Pelosi and other Democrats for a way out? Schiff has already messed their whole scheme / plan up. You know what? I think it's all a load of BS. Because this ideology of a president, kind of having involvement with a foreign nation, why was this not the case then when Barack Obama was working with Theresa May to create the Steele report? So to me, it's just deflection. They know they haven't got a cat in hell's chance of winning at the next election, and so what they're doing is they're doing everything they possibly can. This should be my next guest, Mr. Israel Cruz. Is that you, Israel? Skype is really proving to be not very good tonight. I'm hoping he will call back. Yaz says she's still trying to understand politics. I'm trying to still understand politics too. There is like this liberal playbook that's going on all over the world right now. Israel, if you'd like to try... Hello, Israel, is that you, sir? Yeah. We're not having any trouble. We're having nothing but trouble even. I'm going to give Israel a try on the messenger phone. Thank God we have that tonight. Because it has actually been a godsend. It has saved the show. And I'm not paying my Skype bill if you're watching over there on Skype. It's ringing, as you can hear. Let's hope that he will pick up so we can start the interview. And he's not picking up. Okay. Israel, if you'd like to try us again on Skype or try us on the messenger phone, as we're having some trouble with Skype, we will get you on and we will get on with your interview. You're right, chat. It is all BS. The whistleblower's lawyer stated that they're setting up a coup. Okay, so here we are with my next guest, Mr. Israel Cruz. I'm hoping that he can hear me. It says it's loading. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You're very faint. Can you speak a little closer into your microphone?
Hold on one second. I'm trying to see if I could set up my thing. I thought you was gonna call my other number.
I don't have your other number, but we've had a Skype problem tonight. For some reason, it's not going through. So we just decided to use the messenger as a backup, as it were. But welcome to the show. I want to jump right in for time reasons. Now,
Yes.
You basically, in a nutshell, I'm going to let you expand on this, but you are running to replace Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. Now, I take it, like the rest of us, number one, you're not impressed with her performance, you're not impressed with her commitment to the United States of America, and basically you feel you could do a better job.
Yes, I can. Very, very straightforwardly, yes.
Right. So tell us some of the things you feel she's failed at with regards to your district.
Okay, first and foremost, let's go back to the point where she pretty much bombed on the wow, the name just left my head, with the Amazon deal.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people focus on the fact that it was $3 billion that they lost in taxes, and what is it, the 25,000 jobs.
Exactly.
But there's a lot more to that. There's a lot more to that, in the sense that each of those people that worked in that district, that would be working there, those 25,000 jobs would have fueled a lot more.
Absolutely.
Would have fueled stores, would have fueled more police, more schools, things like that. So
Yeah.
in reality, it's a lot bigger, the number of what she failed the community on.
Absolutely, because when business starts to come into an area, it actually encourages more business, and she really did put the kibosh on that. But from a bigger perspective, from a perspective bigger than the district, I actually believe that she is a threat to national security, and the involvement
I
in
agree.
this squad. Her and several others, I believe her attitude puts the United States at risk. Now, do you believe there's ever really been any intention by Cortez to do a good job, or is she just a puppet?
Oh, that goes without saying. She is a puppet. First of all, she answered a casting call. She had no intentions of running. I had intentions of running all my life.
Right.
Okay. The only reason why I didn't run is because I didn't feel that I was I had enough capacity to do it. But and after seeing her, I said, wait a minute. With all the things that I've done in my life, and she was bartending.
Right.
I worked with the homeless. I worked with children. I worked with the elderly. I worked with churches. So I'm like, I've done a lot more with the community
Right.
in a whole, for me to understand, for me to know how to deal with the community. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's face it. Barack Obama was a community organizer. And they put him in charge of the country. You actually, you want to represent your district. So I think you're really kind of going the right way about it. Now I want to talk about some of your campaign points. And obviously, like myself, you're a conservative, you're a Republican, you're against socialism, you have Christian values, pro-Second Amendment, standing with Israel, border security, smaller government, building employment in your community. What's the first
Yes.
thing Israel Cruz does besides throwing a goodbye party for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? What's your first job when you get into office?
The first job when you get into office is to have the people know that you're going to be working for them.
Right.
The first thing you want the people to understand is you're not there to be their bosses. You're not there to look pretty and to just, no. You are there to do what they want. And in order to do what they want, you need to let them know that you're ready to listen to them. That means that you need a place where they can call you right away, so that they can start giving you the situations that they're going through and what they need to be working on. I'm going there to service. I'm not going there to go, oh, look, I won Congress. Yes, I make $174. No. I don't care about those things.
Right.
Because if I wanted to make greater money, I could. But I don't want to do that. I want to work with the people and listen directly from the people.
Absolutely. Now, I talked about in the introduction about you, that you're a father. What's the biggest change from a parental perspective you want to enact in your district?
Okay. Oh, that is definitely something I want to work at. Coming from a home where my father and my mother got divorced,
Right.
I want to work with the community to show them how it's beneficial, more beneficial for even Barack Obama said it, as a matter of fact. And if they don't believe me, then they can listen to Barack Obama in this point where he said that the family unit, a husband, father being in the home creates much more, you understand, does much more for the community
Right.
than just a single mother. Because
Absolutely.
while the father's doing one thing, the mother's doing another. It's a tag team, and they help each other. And I
Exactly.
need them to understand that. Me being a parent now, me being married, I see the tag team, the work that we do together to get our children to actually grow up. That is a beautiful thing, and I think that all people should have that.
Absolutely. Now, one of the points in your platform that really speaks to me is about being pro-Israel. And obviously, the current incumbent in the job that you're running for is totally anti-Israel, as are the other
Yes.
members of the squad. How imperative do you think it is for the United States to support Israel, and do you see them as a sister country?
Yes, I do see them as a sister country, and growing up as a Christian, Christ, we believe and we know that Christ came from the Jewish people. And it says in the Bible that they are a blessed nation. And he who blesses Israel gets blessed. And do we not see that America is being blessed? Do we not see that the more we bless Israel, America is going up? Then they should understand that the promises God gave are working.
Absolutely.
And we have to do everything we can to protect them because they are surrounded, totally surrounded by enemies. And they will
Absolutely.
not be able to last if we're not there for them.
Now, I wonder how people out there, not only in your district, but from a wider perspective, how can they help you to get elected? Because I read your platform today, and I pretty much agreed with most of what I read on there, and I wouldn't want to support you just to get rid of AOC, even though that's a good thing. How can people out there in the United States help Israel Cruz to get elected? I think it's interesting that your initials are IOC also. So
Yes.
how can we get rid of AOC and get IOC elected?
Well, the I stands for intelligence. And if you want anything to be done properly, you have to think about it, you have to create a plan, and then you execute the plan. So that's why IOC is going to win, because I'm going to execute a proper plan. And the plan is not going to be a one-size-fits-all. When you're talking about a constituency, they have to let you know what the problems are in the community, and you have to formulate according to what is going on in that community.
Right.
This is not about, hello? Yes?
Yeah, I'm still here?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just saying, this is not about what we want. You know, a lot of these politicians have a one-size-fits-all thing for the community, and that's not how it works.
Absolutely.
My community is predominantly Hispanic, but on top of that, you have African Americans in it. I am from a father that's dark-skinned and a mother that's light-skinned. So you could say that I have lineage from Africa, and I have lineage from Spain.
Right.
Okay.
So
I
let me
am definitely the person that needs to be running for this district because I am them.
Right. So with that in mind, how can the American people help you to get elected?
Okay, how can they help me to get elected?
Yes.
Go to my website, read who I am, what I stand for, and if you agree with the things that I wrote, then you will come and you go to donate. But not only donate, go out there, talk to people and tell them, listen, this guy is not doing it because of the Republican Party or Democrat Party. I'm doing it because I love America and I love my constituents.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today. But thank you so much for joining us, Israel. Tell people once again where they can find out more about you.
You can go to my website, which is Israel Ortega Cruz for Congress.com. Israel Ortega Cruz for Congress.com.
Wonderful. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. Please come back in the run-up to the election, and we will help you as much as we can with this show. We need to defeat AOC, and we need to make America great again, especially in your borough, because they've obviously had it difficult in your district because of the lack of representation that they've had lately. But for now, thank you so much, Israel Cruz. Make sure you go and support him. Thank you very much for coming and joining us, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. You have a great night.
You too. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, bye.
That was Israel Cruz. Make sure you go and check him out. All of his information is on the the Xander Gibbs Show Facebook page for today. Thank you to everyone who has made today's show possible. Thanks to Julio Rivera for being my guest. Thanks to Israel Cruz for also being my guest. Thanks to everyone in the live chat room. I noticed there was some discussion with regards to the Second Amendment. The person that asked the question about the gun laws is from the UK, guys, so please go easy. She didn't know about the Second Amendment. Thanks to everybody who's made today's show possible. Thanks to everyone in the live feed. Thanks to Chet, who will be my guest next week, along with a political author whose name escapes me. It will come to me. I will tell you that in 1 second. Now I had your fill of the Gibster. You can catch me on the real side later, 7 Pacific, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and 3 a.m. in the UK. So grab a cup of tea and stick around. That's all. Next week, as I said, Chet Martin, anchor from Freedom on Deck, joins us. Political author Matt Margolis will be joining us to talk about his latest book. Please share the show, and we will be with you again next Friday, same time. Stay safe, stay warm, and I really do love you all. Bye-bye.
It has been good to me this time around. Things were never bound to change when